Shalom, all praises to the Most High Yahweh in the name of His only begotten Son, and unification to the nation. I have a quick video for you guys. I just want to share a little bit of information that I've been meditating on for the past month. I think a lot of people don't truly understand Matthew 24. And because I see a lot of people talking about, but those who shall endure to the end will be saved. I don't think they understand what that means, with all due respect. I'm going to explain it though, so don't worry. I'm going to give my opinion on it, of course, like I do anything else. But first, I have to show my disclaimer, of course. Now, if you have not seen this before, I put this in my last video. Please read it, pause the video, and you can proceed if you are comfortable with these guidelines. All right. Now, so Matthew 24, this is a chapter, it's a very important chapter when it comes to prophecy. And the disciples asked Yahawahshi about the end times. So they said, "Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?" Now, like in Matthew 24, along with other scriptures like in Revelations, I'm going to get into that in my much longer prophecy breakdown video. I guess I'm going to put this out in parts because I don't want to make a big 2-hour video on the prophecy. I just can't. It's too much. It's too draining. So I'm just going to make these smaller videos describing what a lot of these scriptures really mean. So they asked them, what is going to come for the end of the world? And, and Yashaya said unto them, "Take heed that no man deceive you." This is the first thing he said. This is the first thing that came out of his mouth. Make sure no man deceives you. Now, how do you get deceived by a man? You get deceived by a man by not studying yourself. If you're taking anything that a man says without studying, you are doing yourself a great disservice. You have to stop pushing things without studying yourself. It's a very sad thing that we're living in right now, because there's not enough men who are actually objective. There's too many of them that are pushing their own doctrines. None of them are humble enough to try to get together and say, "Well, I don't really understand." They're not humble enough to say, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't have the answers. I don't understand that mindset." But because of that, they're telling people these false things, and these people, they're not studying, so they're running with it. Like Big Judah, he says that the tribulation already occurred, and before I did this video, I was trying to disprove him. And when I studied myself, I'm like, yo, he's right. But we're gonna get to that. But even so, I question everything anyone says. Right? I don't care who you are, unless you are Yahawahshi. I'm going to question you. These books, I'm going to question these books. If it is not coming from the Most High, or is not coming from His Son, I'm going to question what it means. I'm going to see if it applies. Like a lot of the stuff that Solomon wrote, a lot of the stuff makes so much sense because you can apply it to your life. That's how I know it's true. Like, yes, you can get secondary sources from different prophets and people who got revelations from the Most High. But just because you got a revelation from the Most High, that doesn't mean you're a prophet. David was not a prophet. Solomon was not a prophet. They had the Holy Spirit, but they weren't prophets. Prophets, they're sent out on a specific mission and are told things that are going to help Israel for the long run. These are not just their rewards for being righteous. Those are two different things. Because the Most High can use a donkey to speak, which He did. Is the donkey a prophet? No. So stop calling people prophets. I have to keep saying this ad nauseum because I'm sick of people calling themselves prophets. It's low-key blasphemous, bro. Let's continue. "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. These are the beginning of sorrows. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. So even when it says they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and they shall kill you, do you realize that they're trying to kill black people right now? I know it's not only black people or the Israelites, but those are the ones who I know about that are being targeted right now. They could be targeting the indigenous people of Mexico or South America for all I know right now. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm just telling you what I've heard about. They are literally killing black people just to kill them. Some sister sent me a video a few days ago, and the nurse pretty much said that these black people are not dying from the corona. They're dying from mishandling of just people just pretty much murdering them. They're just killing them. They're over defibrillating them and things of that sort. They're stopping their hearts and giving them heart attacks, and they're just murdering them through malpractice. Now black people are the face of the coronavirus. You see, that's what I mean. This scripture is coming to pass. This is what it meant, because this is all a timeline, right? And many false prophets shall arise and deceive many, which is happening right now. All the Anunnaki and we are Canaanites, and the Most High is a Canaanite God, and the Anunnaki are fathers, all this nonsense. Because iniquity shall abound and the love of many shall wax cold. That's happening right now. People coughing and rubbing it on the rails, and people beating people up just because they're not self-quarantining. This stuff is all happening. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. However, this endure till the end, this is not talking about, all of these things that are coming about, right? This is talking about more of a spiritual thing, because physically, whatever happens to you, what does it matter? You're not supposed to physically endure. It just said that, and they shall kill you. If it says they shall kill you, how is this talking about a physical endurance? If you're supposed to live, you're supposed to live. If you're supposed to die, you're supposed to die. So it's not talking about physically enduring. So you guys who are trying to physically prepare for this stuff, it doesn't make any sense. If you can prepare, you should prepare. If you want to prepare, but that's not what this is talking about. You don't have to physically prepare. You have to spiritually prepare. You have to mentally prepare. You have to have faith in the Most High. That's what this is talking about. That's how you endure. You keep the Most High's laws, and you have faith that He's gonna save you. That's it. That's all you have to do. People make this into something a lot deeper than what it is. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. I think it says that in Doctrines and Covenants. For Doctrines and Covenants, listen, man, there's a lot of BS in that book. I just take it to pick out the prophecies. That's all I use it for. But I wanted to show you this. The reason why I had this highlighted in blue is because this is a totally different time period. This is not the same time period as this. It says, and then the end shall come. He's talking about the end of the world. Right? This is what he's talking about, the signs of his coming. He starts off to a totally different timeline. And this timeline is the destruction of Jerusalem, 70 AD. That's why he says, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, then let him which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Listen, bro, we are not in Judea. There is no Judea. There is no Jerusalem. We're in Babylon, because this whole world is Babylon. So this is not talking about now. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Not talking about now. Let him, neither let him which is in the field return back to his clothes. Not talking about now. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight not be in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. So this is talking about back then. This is not talking about now. I'm trying to make this clear. This stuff already happened. This is a totally different time period. It's talking about the destruction of the temple. That's why he just said the abomination of desolation. He says, wherefore ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation. You guys can go into the apocalypse of Elijah. I didn't pull that up, But you can cross-reference this with the apocalypse of Elijah. But this is the biggest confusion, because they think this is all one time period. This jumps back and forth between two different time periods. Between the destruction of Jerusalem and the scattering of the Israelites, and all the way jumping to the end, right before Hamashiac comes. Two different time periods. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. What is that talking about? It's talking about the tribulation we just went through. Us getting scattered, and I'm going to prove it. This is the prophet of Enoch, I think. I don't remember. I don't know. What Roman numeral is this? This is a pain. Whatever, man. You see this. Just type in these words if you want to find this. I don't have time to look this up. Moreover, also all the sheep were blind and could not see, as were the shepherds likewise. Thus were they delivered up to the shepherds for a great destruction, who trod them under foot and devoured them. So when it says trod them under foot, I think I need to go to the apocalypse of Elijah. I think I do need to go. No, it's not you. Foot. Holy city. Why is it not showing anything? Oh. I have to find this, so excuse me for a second. Because I'm pretty sure this whole thing, a lot of this stuff happened already. Feed? I don't remember where it was. Oh man. I kind of have to though. It says, it says something about how the holy city will be tread for 42 months. Oh no, that's Revelations. That's what it was talking about. Listen, bro, a lot of stuff happened already. That's just leave it at that. But anyway, who tread them underfoot and devoured them. I'm just trying to tell you that the whole treading down or treading of the holy city is us. That happened to us. Yet was their Lord silent until all the sheep in the field were destroyed. The shepherds and the sheep were all mixed together, but they did not save them from the power of the beast. This is the tribulation. This is the great tribulation that never happened before. Then, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this. The shepherds and the sheep were all mixed together. You can see that? So they were scattered to the four corners. That's what happened. Then he who wrote the book ascended, exhibited it, and read it at the residence of the Lord of the sheep. He petitioned him for them and prayed, pointing out every act of the shepherds and testifying before him against them all. Then taking the book, he deposited it with him and departed. So the angels, they have everything. They know everything that the Gentiles have done to the Israelites. And this is why I don't understand, why people cannot understand that we've already gone through a lot of this stuff. The only ones who cannot understand it, especially when I say, I don't care about Gentiles. You want to come to me, then you can come to me and you can hear what I have to say. But, I don't do anything for you guys. I don't care about you guys. The only ones who understand that are the humble Gentiles and the Hebrews who have their heads screwed on straight. Because the ones who don't are the arrogant Gentiles and the Stockholm Syndrome Hebrews who want to join hand in hand with the Gentiles. You could do that if you want to. But a king does not join hand in hand with anyone. A king does not join hand in hand with other kings. So I'm not sure where you get this from. But if that's what you want to do, go ahead. 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So I don't believe any damn man. I don't care what they say they are. They say they're a prophet. I don't believe them, and you shouldn't believe them either. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. And wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. So now it goes out of that time period, and it jumps back to the end times. So you have to know how to read this. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. Because this has nothing to do with the tribulation. You know, not the tribulation that it was talking about here. I mean, whoa. Excuse me. First of all, I said that wrong. My bad. It talks about the tribulation here. There shall be a great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of this world. That was the scattering of the Israelites when they had to dwell among the Gentiles and be subjugated by them. But immediately after that happens, so whatever happened with the destruction of Jerusalem, that was the beginning of it, because they were scattered even back then. But the actual 400 years of captivity didn't start until 1619, as I showed in my last video. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. This is the sixth seal. Let me go to it. Revelation 6. Oh, look how slow this computer is. Beautiful. Did it even register? No. Register. Come on, bro. Okay. So, as I said, we've already passed the fourth seal. The fourth seal was when the 1611, well, not when it started, but pretty much from 1492 to 1619 is when, like, the conquest occurred. The fifth seal is when we were scattered, and that was the captivity. The sixth seal is the end of the captivity. See, I'm going to read it to you. And this is Revelation 6 and 12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as a sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars fell, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. So this is talking about the sixth seal. So the fourth seal had to come to pass. So that's what I'm trying to say. This does not make sense if this is all talking about now. That's why I say it had to jump forward. This is talking about two different time periods. Okay? Now it's saying when this stuff will happen, that's how you know that the time is nigh. And it says a lot of this stuff. It expands upon this stuff in Doctrine and Covenants, as I showed you before when Anguilla brought it out a few months ago. But listen to this. Now this is the beginning. This is the same thing. It's saying the same thing here in Doctrine and Covenants, chapter 45 and verse 18. And now ye behold this temple which is in Jerusalem, which ye call the house of God, and your enemies say that this house shall never fall. But verily I say unto you, that desolation shall come upon this generation as a thief in the night, and this people shall be destroyed and scattered among all nations. What was it talking about here? It says, wherefore when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation. What is it talking about? It's talking about the temple. And this temple which ye now see shall be thrown down, that there shall not be left one stone upon another. And it shall come to pass that this generation of Jews shall not pass away until every desolation which I have told you concerning them shall come to pass. Which was all of this in blue writing. All of that had to come to pass. Right? And, so excuse me, ye shall say that ye know that the end of the world cometh. Ye shall also know that, ye shall say also that ye know that the heavens and the earth shall pass away. And in this ye say truly, for it is, this is, I hate reading Old English, but these things which I have told you shall not pass away until all shall be fulfilled. This is what I've been saying. So you're going to think, oh, like it must be the end of the world since all of this is happening. But he's saying, no. There's still things to happen. You still need to go into your 400-year captivity. That's what he's saying. He just said it right there. So he's saying you will think it's the end of the world. For so it is. But, it's not the end. It's close to the end. Because, to the Most High, that time period is nothing. So we were relatively close to the end, and I'm not sure if the destruction of Jerusalem happened 2,000 years ago, like they say it did. I'm not even sure about that. So this is me proving to you that this is in two different time periods. See, all of this happened already in blue writing. It happened. Okay. So pray that your flight not be in the winter, and there shall be a great tribulation. We just had the tribulation. That was the tribulation. Now this is the Gentiles' tribulation. And to hell with them. If they want to come to you, okay, fine. But don't let them dictate anything to you. Get out of that Stockholm syndrome, bro. Be a king. All right, brothers? Shalom.